Delighted to welcome Sam from Comforts to Totally Wired. How you doing, Sam?
Yeah, not bad, thank you. How are you?
Yeah, good, thank you.
Very good.
Just performed a session for us. Really weirdly stripped back session, but it's kind of a really full sound as well.
Yeah, no, it's really nice. It sounded very, it sounded really cool in here. It's a really nice room.
Yeah, I don't think we've ever put that many mics into an acoustic guitar and vocal performance, but it sounded great.
Because the latest single, Iron Lung, it's got a really big sound. It's like a really massive hook and a big chorus. And I was kind of like, how's that going to translate into? But it worked. It was really nice. Yeah, it was really nice.
Oh, thanks. Yeah, it's a bit weird without playing with the rest of the guys. It's quite nice to try and strip things back a little bit and get back to the bare bones of it, really.
Have you ever played solo before?
Yeah, kind of like. Wrote a lot of the songs just on acoustic guitar, and it's kind of like the way we've written songs in the past was just sort of based on acoustic guitar chords, and then kind of like translated it with the rest of the guys, and they kind of make it sound better.
Do you play electric guitar on stage?
Yeah.
So Iron Lung, new single, came out last Friday. What's that, the 11th?
Yeah. Friday the 11th. I think the week before Adele had a tune out or something, so it's probably better that we
didn't want to compete with Adele because it's the same stuff.
That's it. Yeah,
it was a bit risky. I think she wouldn't be happy if we were putting our song.
No, yeah, it's just a bit of a risk for her, isn't it?
Yeah.
So talk to us about Iron Lung. Where did it come from? What's it?
It was actually based on an actual iron lung, which was like a 19th century respiratory machine. I don't know if you've ever seen them. They're like big metal tanks, and they put people in them, and it'd like keep them going. But it was kind of used as a metaphor as like some people you have like friendships and relationships with people that also kind of keep you going, and it was almost like a metaphor for that, really. And without them, you kind of like left struggling to breathe, I guess. So that's the idea behind it. Then we found out Radiohead had done the same thing. It was a bit late for that. We'd already recorded it.
No, I didn't even think about that, but yeah, of course there's a smile.
Well, I think the Radiohead one is like worrying that Creep was going to be. They're going to just have to play Creep for the rest of their careers.
Yeah.
So, I really like that metaphor of support network as the Iron Lung. It's crazy that people had to be inside a box in order to survive back in the day. Now they've got like a little plastic thing.
Well, that's it. It wasn't until like we wrote it as well, kind of just before the first lockdown, and it kind of resonated more, I guess, because then the pandemic started, and it was kind of like, oh well, this is really weird, because it all kind of like connected the dots, I suppose, and it was kind of like the main driving song of the EP, and kind of like started doing all this artwork for it, and it all just kind of spilled out, really, and now it's out there. And
awesome. And what about the other track you played? Was it Moments?
Moments, yes. That came after we wrote Iron Lung. They're all kind of like the same vein, really. And that was sort of based on getting lost in a moment. Sometimes you wake up and you're in a bit of a daze, and you don't really know what you're doing with your day, and it's kind of like the after effect of like that, I suppose.
And were they all recorded? Because there's a batch of 4 songs, isn't there, now that have come out over the last few months? Same sort of artwork. Yeah. Is that an EP? Are you consider it an EP, or is it like a?
Yeah, I guess it's kind of us milking everything that we got at the time. To be honest, would have loved to have like put it out as like one like piece of work, I suppose. Well, it's like a collective of songs, I suppose, and they all kind of like are conjoined in some way. I think we just released them as singles to try and like get as much out of it socially, and
that is the way these days, isn't it? Release as many singles as you can. What's next for you guys?
So we've got another single coming out, hopefully towards sort of like March, April time. We're trying to book some shows for like a a short run of shows in like springtime, get some gigs under our belts again this year, and then we're actually back here next weekend to record another single, and they're very like, the one's called Mixed Signals, and the one we're going to record this next weekend is called Pink, and they're very like similar. It's not as heavy as this EP, but it's still like very guitar orientated and more kind of said the bass line is very like Cure-esque in the song, which is kind of cool. It's a little bit more Smith's pop kind of vibe, I guess. Yeah.
It's great.
It's nice to hear the melodies singing out on those tracks that you play today, without the heaviness of the band. They're great songs.
Oh, thank you so much. Yeah.
Yeah, can't wait to hear those 2 new tracks too.
Yeah, can't wait to share them. Can't wait to send them out.
Well, thanks for joining us.
Thank you so much.
Sam from Comforts.
Yeah, thank you.
Thanks for having me.